wish I could keep it in a short, but I have to explain a few things. This is not directly with things of health and things that I always see that besides that the KGB tactics to hurt me every day. And again, I'm reminding you, with the HLM, I never got an answer. I send them like 3, 4 emails. They said they received them, but there's no answer. Just like the Collège des Médecins, they don't answer. So, just like the police deontology, they answered but not answering, meaning they answered that they wouldn't answer because they don't care. It's they used a little sidetrack. They make laws to infringe upon our rights, even to the point of hurting us for no reason, without proof. So this now I'm going to other things even. If you saw the news recently, and I'm telling you, even five years ago when it started with this harassment by police, they used to close the metros for 3 hours. Somebody was sleeping on the tracks. You have to close the metro. You go there, you get him by the hoodie, and you bring him to a hospital, a place where the person gets care or a place to sleep. It doesn't take 3 hours. All STM, all like military blocking, get all the people. Incredible. But I knew it was mostly for me. Now, the girl just actually says it. She goes, because they're still continuing their strike, bus drivers will go and metro drivers will go, but because we're in a delay starting sometime January, this, that, just exactly when I have to do my basic traveling, it will be under the discretion of the person knowing which buses are repaired on time and which ones get delayed. I will be filming and I will tell you every time I travel, I will get at least an hour or half-hour delay. I will guarantee you this. How about you want to put a bid? Or they might do it the opposite, but because it's like saying they use any technique, especially a guy metro, when I wait for them, they come around me, look, we want to offer you food. They attack me with every technique. They delay buses. My life is a horror story. I'm telling you, people, if you see the news recently, what she's saying is because they do everything charade, just like when they were in front of me, all these four STM, 4 police, 4 police tech, 4 ambulance tech, 4 all type of tech, just for one person sleeping or dead on the bench, which there is no use for all those people. So now, do they have to make that dramatic show and say at the discretion of the whatever, the person that organizes the bus travel or metro or whatever, they will delay? So meaning every time I travel, I am just like saying, you don't want to move to the gulags, we're going to block you in everywhere of Montreal. But imagine I would be right now in the suburbs that it already takes half an hour or 40 minutes to wait for a bus when they're on time. And imagine me without a phone, because the law soon, they're going to work them out by January. That's why they wanted to move me at latest for January. December at earliest. That's why they were going for a weekend when it was before December. So saying, because I said on an email, I might sign the contract, they may even have faked if I would have gone and see the apartment. But that's the thing, is nobody ever answered me what's going on. I don't have to give them any explanation why I'm refusing. I never got officially offered anything. Because now, with this housing shortage, everything has to be like updated and on a list to get a housing. And even though right now there was weird reasons, everybody's telling me they have to update and send this and that papers every year and I didn't have to even do that. So whether they did it, the price, I can't figure out how they figured it out because with the subsidy, but it's not important. That the important thing is that they do things that are either good or bad, but they do them as like, they don't give you a choice. They don't give you, it's like now with the bus and metro, every time they want, they can stop the metro. And it's like in the past, I go, look, every time I travel, and I used to put it on my channel, they're harassing me by blocking the metro and bothering people. In fact, I wish I had some of the videos. But that's the thing, I'm so naive. I took out like 70% of my channel, more than half, because I thought they had a bit of like, well, let's go for less punishment. No, they hurt me every day, and they find ways of making me sick every day. I don't know how long I have, because it's just, I didn't want to make this video. Now it's over close to 5 minutes. I was trying to keep it under 2 minutes. I don't know why I did it. And so there you go. So now they're saying that there's going to be delays. So I can't tell anybody, look, the police is following me. That's going to be weird. They say, the police has a weird thing that we're doing a pilot project We're following this guy Warlock Superman because it's just to show people how we could follow you in case you buy. But it's just a pilot project. We don't hate Warlock Superman. Well, we just follow him every day. But don't worry, we don't inject him and make him sick to the point of dying every freaking day. I feel like, yes, even as much as I'm caring and spiritual, I say I want to see something really, really that the people come up. It's like I want God to get mad at them. But it's obvious because they're breaking, because even though you need a polarity for a physical world, God is good. And the whole point that God is having the experience even of evil is to experience everything. Suffering and evil is something God wants to dabble. People think the demiurge or the demons or God, like that Chris de Burgh, even though his music is very eloquent and cool, I find it stupid. The devil and Jesus are now playing chess or poker's the game. No, 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 no. 10,000 souls of the dead. No, no, no. It's so stupid and polarized, and it makes it look like a war that you have to scheme and trick and have weapons. And it's always weapon. It's always like saying we're behaving like animals. We compare you to Neanderthal, like to monkeys. The quantum physics proves the same thing as the mystics. But yet we want you to believe once the connection of your neurons is not there, everything else, it's a short circuit of the brain. Even if somehow you get to hear something in another town and you could blow up an atomic bomb like aliens, they stop atomic bombs from blowing up and they said, oh, it was a malfunction. They tried to excuse it in another way. It is stupid the way they're trying to pull the wool over your eyes and show you that you have no power. And you don't have a lot of physical power. But if everybody would just say, we're in love, the power you have, if everybody would tune into love and everybody say, no, we're not going to comply to these stupid laws that take away people's freedom, that make people poor, that make people work for $2 an hour. And every country has some kind of slavery system. No matter what, it's a slave system. And we see it now with buses and metros. I'm telling you, that is especially for me. Who saw the Cat in the Hat video? No, I was coming from Maxi and they were giving me attitude. And I was saying, hey, the buses and metros are not working 3 times to get things right. Now they still can't figure out, how come the buses and metros working usually? How come now they can't figure things out with the maintenance workers, that it makes delays out of the blue that they have to justify and decide, yeah, okay, that bus is going to be delayed. Sorry, we're like Superman. It's the same thing, almost like when I said they're going to put me one day on a truck. It is necessary to crucify Warlock Superman, because if not, the bus driver strike is going to continue. I'm just trying to be silly. I'm trying to tell you, if people don't see it, that I'm a guinea pig, terrible. It is such an organized crime that I never thought for one person they would go this far. But they were telling me at the beginning, this fire chief guy, he was so kind. He goes, yeah, it's in the budget doing what we're doing to you. I go, isn't all this like a lot of money? Oh, no, it's in the budget. Meaning they're going to do everything to make my life. And what am I supposed to learn from that? That you're monsters and demons and that you will get bad karma? That's what I'm learning. Yeah, that I'm suffering. Duh. It's for sure. It's like saying somebody has a gun to your head. Well, they could kill you. Duh. But they're not killing you. They're killing the meat sack. But that's why even Sadhguru is obsessed with life. And it is important to appreciate life. And you have to get the most out of the present to be prepared for the afterlife, which is not really in a body. It's not in a body, but the body makes it grow because it's sort of, it's complex. I'm not saying I don't understand it yet, but some things, unless you experience them, you don't understand them. And me, I just don't understand the thirst to manipulate and hurt people on 3D. I try to remember when I was young, like I said, burning ants to try to fight the bullies in school. Even trying to fight crime is a bit crime, just like the police. Technically, they're supposed to fight crime, but they are the biggest organized crime I see right now in Montreal is the police. What they're doing to me is, and the face that they have guilty, the young ones that don't know that the police system is a corrupt criminal system. And the more they hurt me, the more they block traffic, the more they send these undercover police, the more you're proving to me and to everybody that you should be stopped. And I know that I wouldn't, even if I could and have groups, and that everything is organized so that you can't rebel. Everything is getting prepared so that we're in a jail system, just like Gaza, just like I put the one that they're setting things up for Gaza. The world is going to get extremely worse before it gets better. Just like Roadhouse, it's gonna get worse before it gets better. And in the movies, you could make it like you want, but in real life, you can't stop the Satya Yuga from getting rid of the Kali Yuga. It doesn't matter if Jesus is reborn or not, technically, if it's his reincarnation. But I know that it will end all these things, because even when they investigate, nobody ever talks about karma, because nobody wants to, because everybody has a guilty conscience. And not about the past. In the present, they're doing horrible things. I'm telling you, what they're doing to me, I don't know. I don't want to punish them. I would like them to stop. But they keep being like, oh, we could do it. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Well, I can't do much. I could tune in, drop out, tune in, give a message from God. It's not fair what you're doing to be police. And I know you're enjoying it. I know, and that's the system. And I still say, does it have to be this way? Does it have to be always with some kind of physical conflict that people understand things? I guess it does. Good vibes.